Well, we know the San Diego real estate market has been hot now for over a decade. So should I still consider buying a home at prices this high? My good buddy Robert Hughes is here from the Robert Hughes Group. What's going on, brother? Let's
Hey
discuss.
there. Good. Great
Yeah.
to see you. Thanks for having me.
Great to see you. I mean, so prices are up.
Absolutely.
Prices projected to continue to go up.
Mm-hmm.
We know the demand, the number of people who are turning the first home buyer age, or the average age, 33, is going to go up for the next 6 years.
Okay.
We know that construction has been decreasing every single year, particularly in San Diego County, but really across the whole country. No indications that prices will go lower, but a lot of people struggling with the question of, hey, prices are up so much, should I really be looking at buying here, or will there be a dip somewhere along the way that I can get into? What do you think about that?
I say yes. You should buy now. We've talked a little about the what I call the California elevator or escalator. I've been in San Diego for over 8 years, and I've seen the market continue to increase. And the last 2 months, we're starting to see rapid growth in the pricing, escalating prices. But at the end of the day, interest rates are still historically low. Being able to buy, even if they go up to 3.8, 3.9, I feel like that's still a great interest rate, and you can still find a good house. You just got to be patient. You got to keep looking.
That's really what it boils down to, right? It's we have a low inventory situation, and I think we're finally at that point where it's going to be like this in San Diego from now for forever.
I agree.
Just like in San Francisco when it first started to really feel this way, like 10, 15 years ago. A buddy of mine bought a place up there. He told me what he went through, and I'm like, that's absolutely insane. I cannot believe you went through that. I can't believe you even bought a place like that. It's probably worth double today than what it was then. And we have that same scenario now in San Diego where there's so little on the market that when you have a good property, there is a feeding frenzy that takes place.
Right.
And I think that's how it's going to be from now on.
I agree. So what I tell my clients when I see them, and I remind them, it's always a process. It's it's a process of elimination. So we go and it's like a scavenger hunt. We just start looking and find houses that they like. But I also remind them that there's 3 things that every real estate house has in transaction. And no matter who you are, I don't care if you're Jeff Bezos or whoever, you can't have all 3. So it's price, quality, and location. So you can have a great location, your price is not going to probably meet your budget. You can have great quality, but you may be out in East County somewhere, far away from where you want to be when you want to be in North Park. So again, I remind them, pick 2. What's the most important thing to you? Is it price? Then we got to follow and figure that out. I often joke sometimes that I tell people you have to drive till you qualify. Mm-hmm. But that's so true here in San Diego.
Yeah.
Everyone wants to live in La Jolla. They want to live in PB. They want to live in Coronado. Well, so do I, but I live in Rancho Bernardo. So again, you really have to kind of figure out what's important. And I have great price and I have great quality in my home. I have on a golf course. It's beautiful. Mm-hmm. But I'm 30 minutes from downtown. It was 22 minutes to get to your office this morning from my house. Mm. So to me, I grew up in the Metroplex in Dallas-Fort Worth, so I'm used to driving. And I've lived in Houston. I've lived in big cities my whole life. And so San Diego, I tell my buyers, you have to get used to the fact that you may not be 10 minutes from where you live and work. You have to, we're a commuting culture. So fortunately, you get to work from home now a lot so maybe you don't have to go in that much. But that's why I'm encouraging people, come out to Forest Ranch, come out to Rancho Bernardo, look at other neighborhoods, look at Mira Mesa around here. There's just other options for you. North Park, for instance. I remember when North Park was $600,000 for a little house.
Yeah.
I have a friend who bought a house for $350, not even 10 years ago. The average cost per square foot in North Park right now is about $1,200 a square foot. 12 to 1,300.
Oh my goodness.
So these little tiny 2-bedroom homes are going for $1.2 to $1.3 million.
And a lot of those are under like 1,000 square feet.
Yes. So again, I think it's important for buyers to get excited about looking, know it could take a while, and then figure out what's important to them. And would they be willing to maybe look at a townhome? Right now, I've actually been encouraging buyers, the ones we're working with together right now, we started looking at new construction. Mm-hmm. Because it's 6 months out, it gives them time, they can go month to month on their rent, but then it's based off a published price. So we're not seeing escalators put into place when you're buying from a developer.
You make a good point there on the month-to-month aspect. So I think if you're going to prepare yourself to go to battle in this market,
Right.
putting yourself in a position where you have to be out by X date is tough.
That's impossible.
Go month to month, pay the extra couple $100, a month in rent for the insurance of being flexible with when your move-out date is. That is a really good piece of advice right here. Also, don't be afraid to look at the market. I have a lot of people who will look online and they get pre-approved and they kind of go, I don't know where to start. I'm not quite ready. Go out and start looking at homes.
Right. Absolutely.
Look at homes, get a feel for it.
I encourage people, go at night, go park in front of the house, walk around the neighborhood. I always encourage people, go to the grocery store. If you want to know what your neighborhood's like, go to a coffee shop. Does it feel right to you? And I encourage people to do that. But getting pre-qualified is the first thing I do. So I appreciate what you do for my buyers. And like I said, the VA buyer, this is a great market for them. And what's interesting with the VA buyer, most of them know they're going to be gone in 4 to 5 years. So they may not be as picky on certain things they'll give up as long as it makes sense for the numbers work. Mm-hmm. And they're willing to give up maybe a finish level, or they may be giving up, like I said, we showed a house the other day under transmission lines. And they're like, we're okay with that because we're probably going to rent it in 5 years. And a rental family won't care. Mm-hmm. So again, I think it's important to look at homes in the 5 to 10 year. What's it going to look like in 5 to 10 years? And I think one of my mentors a long time ago told me that the best real estate to have is the oldest real estate you own.
Yeah.
So, I wished, I had started buying real estate in the 90s.
Yeah.
I didn't start till in the 2000s.
Same.
But that's been 20 years now. And I've just seen in my real estate journey, when we moved here from Denver 8 years ago, it was such a shock how expensive it was 8 years ago. I remember we rented a townhome in La Jolla. That townhome was worth $600,000. Today it's pushing $1 million. Mm-hmm. So we were looking for properties in the $600,000 range. We went to Oceanside. We went to Chula Vista. We went out east to El Cajon. We really couldn't find anything, and we were being beat out we wanted to do an FHA loan then, and we were getting beat out by cash and conventional. So it's the same story 8 years ago.
Yeah.
And we ended up buying new construction at Millennia down in Eastlake.
Oh, wow.
At Chula Vista. Beautiful home. We bought it for $500,000, brand new, 2,000 square foot. We waited 6 months to get in. We lived there for 3 years. It appreciated over $100,000. I sold it. We made that $100,000. We put that into our new place. And that home has gone up in the last 2 years, probably at least 15 to 20%.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure.
So that's the example. I keep telling people that. It's like, everybody thinks, everyone's going to buy this $1 million, $2 million house. No, you have to work toward it.
Yeah.
And like now, we've been in our place for 2 years. It was built in the 80s, but now I'm redoing floors, I'm redoing cabinets, I'm redoing counters. But it took 2 years for us to get to be in a position to do that.
My mentor said something similar to yours. Best time to buy real estate is 20 years ago.
Absolutely.
That's always the answer.
Always the answer.
It's always the answer. So when's the right time to buy? 20 years ago,
right.
Which means basically as soon as possible.
And
get the clock ticking.
Absolutely, and that's why I really encourage buyers to get out today and go look. And I would love to help them.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
All they have to do is call.
I can vouch for Robert. He's an incredible agent. Thank you so much for your time today, man. Really appreciate you
Thank
coming
you.
in.
I appreciate
great
it.
to see
I enjoyed
you
it.
hang out. Guys, share this video with your friends. Let's help make them smarter than everyone else. As Robert says, get on the elevator. You just have to get on. The people, you don't have to be super savvy. You don't have to be a genius. People are making tons of money in real estate who just had the gall, the wherewithal to buy. That's all it took. If you bought, you're doing really well, and I think we're going to see this trend continue for many years here in San Diego. So share this video with your friends. Let's help make them smarter than everyone else.